Right now at 10, the man accused in a Juneau County triple homicide is in custody, where authorities found Virgil Thu.
And Atoma Daycare abruptly closes. What led to the decision and how it's affecting parents.
Plus, busy day for Common Council, how they plan to address La Crosse's homelessness crisis.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski.
The hunt is over for the man accused of 3 murders in New Lisbon. After more than a week of searching, Virgil Thu is now in police custody. Police haven't said where Thu was found, but there was heavy law enforcement present near the Sparta-Elroy Trail on Highway 71. One resident says he finally feels safe.
Yes, because at one point they said he was one place, another point they say he was another place. It says I got family around the area. You kind of worry, you know. I mean, if someone came to the house at night, I have to make sure nothing happened to them as they're getting inside the house, because you never know.
The Juneau County Sheriff's Office says they'll release more information soon.
A Wisconsin woman who stabbed her 6th grade classmate in 2014 is being released from a psychiatric hospital. A Waukesha judge granted the request today for 23-year-old Morgan Geyser. She was 12 years old when she and Anissa Wire stabbed their classmate 19 times. They told police they did it to please the online horror character Slender Man. Both were found not guilty by mental defect and committed to psychiatric facilities. The judge says Geyser has now maximized her treatment at the facility, and the state plans to put her in a group home.
The name of the teen accused of killing and sexually assaulting Lily Peters is now public. 16-year-old Carson Peters Berger faces several charges, including first-degree intentional homicide and first-degree child sexual assault. In September, the Wisconsin Court of Appeals ruled the case will be tried in adult court. His next court appearance is in June.
Onalaska police are investigating after a shooting early yesterday. Police say a man and woman were hurt on the 600 block of Quincy Street around 2 a.m. The man suffering life-threatening injuries and remaining hospitalized. Police say they have identified a suspect but have not made an arrest. They believe this was an isolated incident. A
driver in an alleged distracted driving homicide has pled not guilty. 40-year-old Megan Urch was charged with homicide by negligent operation of a vehicle, accused of hitting and killing 83-year-old Darlene Wozni last September. Police say Wozni was crossing Main Street in Onalaska when she was struck. Court records show Urch was allegedly looking at her phone at the time of the crash.
A Holman man faces federal charges after police say he intended to sell meth. A grand jury in Madison indicted 33-year-old Tyler Beeler today. Court documents show Beeler had more than 50 grams of meth back in August. If convicted, he'll face between 5 to 40 years in prison.
Well, some have seen just cloud cover this evening. Others have seen some light snow, including a Claire. On the camera, you can see some of the light dusting that's been on the roadways. Otherwise, some other areas have just seen some light snow. La Crosse has not seen any of that quite yet, but that line has continued to push southeast, kind of breaking apart as we go throughout. But as you look at right now, it's just a very thin line beginning to approach La Crosse. Visibility really doesn't reduce much with this, maybe down to 9 or 8. So a little bit of flurry activity is be expected. Even could be some light freezing drizzle too has been kind of reported, because some of this is very, very fine and light, but it is beginning to push east. There's Eau Claire beginning on the back edge, so they had a period of light snow. They got down to about a mile, so they picked up a little bit of a dusting, and there it is approaching La Crosse. Over the next hour, we might see a little bit of flurry activity come through. Don't expect much on it, but still you could see a little slick spots overall. It's not painting too much of a picture there for future track. We're seeing a little bit of redevelopment later tonight, but that would be further east of the area. So overnight low temperatures really are going to be fairly pleasant really for this time of year. We're not going to get below much of the way in 20 degrees, upper teens to the north, but we still might deal with a little bit of slick spot. Just a reminder for that. Otherwise, cloudy conditions, that wind will pick up, but still getting up to about 29 degrees about noon. And similar for Eau Claire too. The winds will be out of the west, turning to the northwest. Starting off at 20, getting up to 25 on our way probably into the upper 20s. So we still have another round of precipitation to go through that could impact your plans for maybe Saturday night or Sunday, and we'll break that down a bit later.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Well, parents near Tomah are scrambling for new child care options after their daycare abruptly closed. Kids and Company is a licensed daycare on Toma VA property. Parents say the daycare told them this week the VA was not renewing the lease and that parents had to come pick up their kids. The Toma VA confirms it ended the lease with Kids and Company Tuesday due to, quote, compliance issues with the current lease. This decision comes as the daycare faces serious violations with the Department of Children and Families the last 3 years. One incident in November says a staff member allegedly grabbed a 22-month-old's arm so aggressively the child's elbow came out of its socket. Another in December alleges a staff member laid on top of a 2.5-year-old during nap time on several occasions. Parents are now struggling to find new child care options on short notice. They say most Monroe County providers have massively long wait lists.
Tonight, the La Crosse Common Council approved resolutions on homelessness and housing projects. News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall has more.
Emily, city council members are partnering with other local communities like Eau Claire to get their voices heard in both Madison and Washington. Council member Chris Woodward's resolution tonight asks federal and state governments for resources to end the homelessness crisis. Council members say the city needs the help because it can't solve the problem on its own.
They have a lot more resources than we have. They have ways that they can help out with regionalizing these services and better expertise in those areas.
It's been really rough the last few years. We've had an enormous amount of unsheltered folks. We've really struggled as a city to find the right tools with the right time in the right place that everyone can agree on.
Outgoing Mayor Mitch Reynolds also gave his final State of the City address. He highlighted numerous city initiatives, including Community Resource Unit, a team working together to respond to mental health calls in La Crosse County.
The success of this city and county co-responder unit is nothing less than remarkable. You can ask any field officer out there. CRU is critical for addressing significant mental health needs in this community.
Reynolds says La Crosse is providing the template for improving outcomes for law enforcement with mental health issues everywhere. Ken and Emily.
All right, thank you, Jeremy.
Well, Mitch Reynolds not seeking a second term for mayor, but Council President Chris Kalo officially announcing her bid for the position. The Common Council President recapped today over 20 years of public service experience during an address. The future includes more state funding for struggling municipalities under her potential leadership, as well as affordable housing for young families and keeping taxes low for seniors.
I know you're stretching every dollar on fixed income. We are obligated to be as mindful with your tax dollars as you are with your household budgets.
So the spring primary is set for February 18th. Vicki Markison, Ellie McClune, and Shondell Washington Spivey are also in the mix for mayor.
A local donation is helping Bangor offer automotive classes at the high school. First National Bank of Bangor made a donation for the school to buy a tire balancer and changer. The new equipment provides students hands-on practice for the automotive industry. Bangor's tech ed teacher says students are excited about the new skills they've learned.
They've gone someplace and they've come back from the weekend and they said, yeah, we had a flat tire. We knew exactly what we had to do. And we followed all the safety things, Mr. Credeva. We put the blocks in front of the tires. We did exactly like you showed us, and everything is good. And so when I hear that, it makes me feel like we're doing something right.
Most of the students in the class have performed maintenance on their own vehicles.
Former President Jimmy Carter was honored at a state funeral today at the Washington National Cathedral. President Biden delivered the eulogy. Former Presidents Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, and Barack Obama attended, as did President-elect Donald Trump. It was the first time all of them had come face-to-face since the funeral of former President George H.W. Bush in 2018. Jimmy Carter, America's 39th president, was elected in 1976 and served one term. He died last month in Georgia. He was the oldest living former U.S. president and the first to reach 100.
Strength of character is more than title or the power we hold. It's the strength to understand that everyone should be treated with dignity, respect, that everyone, and I mean everyone, deserves an even shot.
Carter is to be buried in his hometown of Plains, Georgia.
The Supreme Court reaches a verdict.
They're ruling in Donald Trump's appeal to delay his hush money case. After the break.
Winter is here.
And with winter weather come accidents and mishaps. Whether you're on your way to work, walking the dog, or out on the trail, accidents can happen.
At Bygoff and Rohde, we help you get the settlement you deserve to put your life back on track.
It's that time of year. The chill is in the air. Are your floors freezing? Warm up your home with carpet from Sealands Carpetland in Coon Valley. We've got the coziest, most durable carpet for your home. Come in and check out our color options, styles, and patterns. We're happy to help you find just what you need to make your home warm and cozy. Sealands Carpetland in Coon Valley. Our #1 priority is you. Stop in today.
Wow, Forest Berry Fudge is amazing. This is melting in my mouth.
Dill pickle? Whoa, that's actually good.
Holy fudge. This is the best thing ever.
Expressions brought to you by Valley Fudge and Candy. Find us in Coon Valley, Wisconsin, or order online today.
When you're dealing with your own insurance company, you may think that they're on your side, but the truth is, they're not. They're only concerned about their bottom line. That's why you need to hire Bygoff and Rohde. We get results.
The Supreme Court has denied President-elect Donald Trump's request to delay tomorrow's criminal hush money sentencing. The court ruled 5-4 against Trump. Supreme Court Justice John Roberts and Trump appointee Amy Coney Barrett joined the court's 3 liberals in the decision to deny the appeal. Judge Juan Merchan is overseeing the trial. He's already signaled he doesn't intend to give Trump any prison time or penalties in the case. That hasn't stopped Trump's campaign against Merchan.
Frankly, it's a disgrace. It's a judge that shouldn't have been on the case. He's a highly conflicted judge, and they called for an appeal. So I read it, and I thought it was a fair decision, actually. So I'll do my little thing tomorrow. They can have fun with their political opponent.
Trump was convicted in May of 2024 on 34 counts of falsifying business records over hush money payments to adult film star Stormy Daniels during the 2016 presidential campaign. Sentencing starts tomorrow morning at 8:30.
Vice President-elect J.D. Vance has officially resigned from his Senate seat. It will be effective Friday morning. The first-term senator had to give up his seat before he and President-elect Donald Trump are sworn into office on January 20th. It's now up to Governor Mike DeWine to appoint a replacement who would serve in Vance's place until the 2026 special election. Vance has not weighed in on who he wants to replace him.
Winds subsided briefly before picking up again as firefighters continue to battle devastating wildfires across parts of Los Angeles County. At least 5 people have died, with officials warning the death toll could rise. The 2 largest fires, the Palisades along the coast and the deadly Eaton fire further inland, are burning out of control, leaving widespread destruction in their wake.
We had everything, like sentimental things, like my mom passed away. I had only a few things of hers left.
A new fire also broke out this afternoon in the Woodland Hills neighborhood. Authorities are urging residents to continue following evacuation warnings as the fire spreads.
Well, with the wildfires raging in Los Angeles, inspiring stories of compassion and humanity are emerging. Horses and other large animals found shelter from the flames at a college equestrian center. Thousands of people are under evacuation orders, and many of them often refuse to leave behind their beloved animals.
We've had officers going up into the hills with the community trying to help their animals get out of the dangerous situations that they're in. We have over 200 animals.
About 300 shelters across California are taking in pets and other animals displaced by the fires. Many are accepting donations to help feed and care for them.
These wildfires are putting a new focus on finding ways to prevent future fires from getting out of control. At the CES show in Vegas, where several companies are displaying new tech to help detect fires, one company called Delfire has a system using multiple cameras and chemical sensors that can be set up near a community to spot fires before they get too big. And another company has a radar system that uses satellite imagery that shows where potential hotspots are burning and helps people see which direction the fire is moving.
Big changes for a major retailer.
Which chain has 27 stores shutting down by spring?
Although we might have a few slick spots overnight, we have another opportunity for accumulating snow that could impact your travel activities going into Sunday. We'll break down how much snow we might see this weekend, what the temperatures look like going forward. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
T-Mobile is very reliable.
It's always nice to know that T-Mobile has us covered.
I love the fact that my family and I, we can stay connected just about anywhere we want to go.
My network is my lifeline.
T-Mobile keeps you connected on America's largest and fastest 5G network. Right now, switch and keep your phone. We'll pay it off up to $800. See how you can save on every plan versus Verizon and AT&T at T-Mobile.com/keep-and-switch.
It's so cold. I guess I should have called G&T Heating before the furnace went bad. Quite silly, really, with all the things that can go bad with a furnace. Plug vent, rust buildup, dirty flame sensor, the filter. Should have called G&T sooner.
My fingers are freezing. They're numb.
Oh, take my extra pair of gloves.
Extra gloves?
Out with the olds and in with the new at Wesco in Sparta. Grab amazing deals with discounts up to 50% off. Floor models, overstacked, and slightly blemished items must go. So incredible, even I can't believe the savings. Our team is ready to help you find the perfect piece for your home. Hurry, these deals won't last long. Head to Wesco in Sparta. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. And remember to tell them Peyton sent you.
I've suffered from shoulder pain for about 22 years. It got to where I couldn't even wash my hair. I couldn't even brush my teeth without pain.
That's when Sophia checked out QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. All natural treatments to restore and repair your damaged joint tissue and get you back to living a normal life again with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime.
I chose QC Kinetics because my son, he had had his back done, and he had great success with it.
Join tens of thousands of satisfied patients who have found lasting relief from their joint pain. Request a free consultation and find out if you're qualified for this therapeutic breakthrough. Call 715-447-7980.
I was in the shower washing my hair and I realized, oh my God, I'm washing my hair and it doesn't hurt. I'm pain-free and I want to thank you, QC Kinetics.
Isn't it time you got your life back? Call now for your free consultation. 715-447-7980. 715-447-7980.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
A struggling Wisconsin department store chain is closing several stores.
Yeah, Kohl's says it'll shut down 27 underperforming stores in 15 states by this April. The announcement comes just a week before Kohl's introduces a new CEO. Kohl's saw declining sales every quarter of 2024 and its stock price dropped 51%. None of the stores, though, set to close are going to be from Wisconsin.
Well, pretty seasonable temps today, according to Greg. Today and tomorrow is expected to be very nice.
At the same time, it's hard not to have every day just feel cold at this time of year.
Yeah, that's true.
And I've lived around here for a long time, people, and I know you're saying stop, complaining so much, but cold is cold.
It's hard to get used to. Let's send it over to Greg on how this weekend's going to look.
Well, for some of us, we enjoy the cold and get used to it, and some of us don't like the heat and humidity at all, too. So we are looking at a few slick spots for the morning commute, potentially. There's a little bit of a light freezing drizzle potential out there with the flurry activity. It's very fine, so we might see some of that. If any, something to keep in mind of. I think most areas will remain good, but that is the possibility. We have more flurries, probably maybe in a few snow showers potential on Friday afternoon, but still temperatures overall seasonable because we're going to start off in the 20s in the morning time, so we'll get up a little bit. Well, there's plenty of cloud cover. And then the next opportunity for accumulating snow, and this definitely looks like we will get some accumulation. That'll come Saturday night through Sunday morning, although we'll probably see some snow continuing beyond that. That's probably the period where we'll see the most accumulation. Right now, that little line, if it's struggling to hold together, but it is coming through. And with that flurry activity, Once again, you can even see a little bit of freezing drizzle with this line that pushes across too. Very fine. It's pretty much pushed east of Eau Claire, so they're done with it. Most of the areas west of La Crosse are pretty much done with it. So that's all we're going to be expecting tonight as it pushes across the area. Really, that is it. The winds will turn around from the northwest. That'll begin to pick up towards the morning hour. We still could see a little bit of flurry activity. You can see up here, there. That's where you could also see a little bit of freezing drizzle mixed in as this cold air begins to push to the area with that northwest wind. Otherwise, cloud cover will be the rule for most of the day Friday. Towards the afternoon, I think that's when you might see a little bit uptick in the shower activity, potentially really for northeast areas. You'll see that kind of pop up here a little bit towards the afternoon right there. That would be some flurries or maybe a shower activity. Otherwise, the northwest wind will probably make those 20s feel more like the teens, and then we'll have some clearing skies, or at least partial clearing going into Friday night, and we'll set up some colder temps going into Saturday, but nothing too unusual for this time of the year. There's your high temperatures, mid to upper 20s, because we're going to start off around 20, so it doesn't take much to actually get back up, and these are a little bit above average for this time of year. And then as we go into Saturday, pretty much similar, a little bit cooler just because we're going to start off colder, but overall pretty average. Cloud cover will be an increase. It should remain dry through most of Saturday with that wind out of the south. Regarding that next system, this one is a little bit low that's going to push across the area. And timing wise, we're looking really at probably, there we go, starts going. Right there, we'll begin to see this line begin to push potentially towards about 6 to 7. We may see some of this begin to approach the area. Then it's going to expand in coverage probably some point Saturday night to early Sunday morning. All this covers the area. And by about 6 to 7, I think the main area will push east of it. We'll still see lingering showers potentially into Sunday afternoon. You'll start feeling the cold air begin to approach in Sunday afternoon, and the winds begin to pick up too. That'll be the bigger story as we go into next week. Snow amounts right now 1 to 3 for a lot of areas. There could be some areas that do pick up close to 4. A little bit in question where that is, but I think generally the heavier amounts will be kind of northeast of the area. And once again, the bigger story going beyond that is going to be the temperatures, because Sunday will be fine. But as we go into Monday, you're going to see definitely much colder conditions. In fact, we could be below 0 going into Tuesday morning. Some areas could be even teens below 0, given that we might have a snowpack available around the area. The good news is, if you don't like the cold, it doesn't last too long. It looks like we're going to get back to freezing towards the second half of next week, too.
There we go. Some upside right there. Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, back in town, a former Eagle turned Brewer returns in La Crosse for the annual Loggers Winter Barbecue. Plus, a trio of boys hoops games that included one of the biggest rivalries in the region. Jacob is next.
Your commute, your lunchtime, your drive home. Is it going to be clear, rainy, or worse? Every morning, I'll let you know. We'll see you then.
It's out with the old and in with the new. You know what they say, new year, new you. King Furniture is celebrating the new year with special trade-in offers. Plus, get free delivery and 12 months, no interest payments. The King Furniture New Year sale going on now.
Hey, babe, what's a 5-letter word that starts with PH and ends with NE? Clue is get 4 of these for free with 4 lines for $90 a month at US Cellular.
James, have you tried the 4 free phone flakes? I love these free phone flakes.
Hey, Dad, 4 free phones.
Each serving has 4 free phones.
4 free phones?
Thanks.
Oh.
They're right behind me, aren't they?
Choose 4 free phones and 4 lines for $90 a month. No trade-in needed. US Cellular.
Attention business owners. Start 2025 confidently with Your Choice Roofing, your trusted partner for commercial roofing solutions. Our expert craftsmanship and premium materials ensure a roof that stands the test of time. Don't wait. Our schedule is filling up fast. Get ahead of the rush and secure your spot now to protect your building and your bottom line. Visit yourchoiceroofing.com today to get started.
Pischke Motors has been family-owned and operated since 1920 and have you to thank for our continued success. Stop by our dealership in West Salem or La Crosse to find the Ram you're looking for. Get in a Ram 1500 Laramie or Bighorn today. We've got great deals on new Rams right now. When you find the perfect truck, you'll feel it.
Start your search at Pischke.com and then drive away in your new Ram.
It's out with the old and in with the new. You know what they say. New year, new you. King Furniture is celebrating the new year with special trade-in offers. Plus, get free delivery and 12 months, no interest payments. The King Furniture New Year's sale going on now.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, there's nothing like a good old rivalry matchup on the hardwood. 7 miles and change separate Westby High School and Viroqua High School. Blackhawks and Norsemen doing battle tonight. Both teams desperate for a conference win after slow starts. First half, Viroqua up 2 when Colton Peterson hits the defense with a nasty ball fake as he rolls in the layup to go up 4. And the home side shooting well from the outside as well. Benson McDowell matches his jersey number for that bucket right there. Defense optional at times in this half, but it was fun for me shooting. Griffin Nelson rips the cords in the Norseman student section, loving it. Not much later, McDowell again with the pretty stroke from the top of the key as Viroqua ties it up. But it was Westby's night. Pass is going to find Devin Nedlin, who splashes one from beyond the arc. He had 20 in this one. And then time winding down in the half. Nelson fighting through contact for the and one. Norsemen pick up the 10-point win. Seneca hosting Weston as the Royals looking for their 9th win of the season. Dawson Davidson turning defense into offense early in the first. Then Briar Wall sending a pass inside to Reggie George, who turns hard work into points right there for the Royals. Great ball movement from the Royals here, finding a cutting Jackson Konachek on the baseline. And then shortly after, Gage Wall finding Konachek in a 3-on-1 transition, which results in a bucket. And here, Wall is going to go back to the well, finding Konachek again, getting the baseline lay-in. Seneca wins this one in a rout, 94-50 at home. Over to Russford-Peterson we go as they're taking on Kingsland. Night starting off hot as Parker Johnson gets it down low. He's going to kiss it off the glass plus the foul. But then the Trojans came to fight. Caden Lay gets the rock in the corner and drills the triple. And it was no stopping him after that. Check out the pass as Carson Johnson connects on the floater. And then later in the half, the Trojans skip the ball around. It finds the cutting Colt Thompson for the easy 2. And the 7th-ranked team in Class 1A puts up another one in the win column as they take this one 74-52. Well, it might be cold outside, but the La Crosse Loggers are turning up the temperature at the 21st annual Winter Barbecue, which happened earlier this evening at the La Crosse Center. The Lumbermen giving some updates on the team as well as information on the Steam Softball Club as they approach their 2nd season. UWL alum and current Brewers TV analyst Vinny Rotino was serving as this year's featured speaker. He says teams like the Loggers are a vital part of the process as players climb up those ranks.
So you learn what it's going to be like at that next level, at the pro level, that, you know, in the summer, playing for the La Crosse Loggers, that simulates what it's going to be like in a minor league season. So for a player to understand, okay, I got to go ahead and get my rest after a game because I got a day game the next day in Mankato.
And that induction ceremony for this year's class of the La Crosse Baseball Hall of Fame was also held during the event. Well, with the wildfires happening out in California, one Wisconsinite isn't letting that stop him from bringing fans of the green and gold together for a watch party in L.A. Dan Port, a New Berlin, Wisconsin native, organizing get-togethers at Mom's Bar on game days at Santa Monica Boulevard, a Packer bar that's been the hub for game days for the last decade.
Discovered on my car this morning too a layer of ash, and I'm in a carport. I'm in the air open, but I'm not way out in the open. So there's definitely a lot of that going on. But it's been scary. We just hope, obviously, that everyone's safe and taking care of themselves and their families. But yeah, we plan to still go off and have shots and brats, you know, Sunday at 1:30.
Sounds like a good time indeed. And we should note as well, Jordan Love and Malik Willis both practicing today and should be good to go for the game as well. So didn't want to leave that part out. But sounds like a fun time there in LA. Hopefully they're staying safe, though, and hopefully everyone else is staying safe out there as well.
Absolutely.
So, also, NCAA college football, Notre Dame, she picked them. They won.
Yeah, and then they're going to go against
Texas
whoever wins
Ohio
tomorrow.
State, so
those are your top 2. We'll see.
Me.
Just keeps getting interesting, guys.
She's such a football fan.
How does this even happen?
You're on a roll this year.
How does this happen? All right, we've got more news right after this.
Wow, forest berry fudge is amazing. This is melting in my mouth.
Dill pickle? Whoa, that's actually good.
Holy fudge, this is the best thing ever.
Expressions brought to you by Valley Fudge and Candy. Find us in Coon Valley, Wisconsin, or order online today.
It's Hy-Vee's one-day sale. One day only, Friday, January 10th. Stock up on Hy-Vee macaroni and cheese, 3 for just $1. And Campbell's Chunky Soup, 4 for $5. Jack's Pizza, 4 for $10. Boneless top loin pork chops, 5 for just $4. Sara Lee Honey Wheat Bread, just $1.99. 7-Up, just $2.99. We've packed this sale with savings so you can pack your pantry for less. Save in-store and online during the one-day sale. Friday only and only at Hy-Vee.
It's big game savings time here at Carl's.
Save big on major brand appliance packages.
Save up to $1,800 instantly, plus rebates on GE packages. Buy 1, 2, and 3, and get this over-the-range microwave free.
All TVs are on sale.
Save up to 40% on grills and up to 80% on fireplace stands. Your choice of Perfect Sleeper mattresses are only $5.99. It's big game savings time right here.
Carl's, your servicing dealer since 1956.
At Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics, our goal is to help you and your pet in times of need. We specialize in the gold standard for cruciate ligament repair, the TPLO.
I was worried when I found out Duke had to get knee surgery, but the process was easier than we thought.
Piper had TPLO surgery and is already running again weeks later.
Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics for an orthopedic consultation today.
To everyone who's hungry for something special,
Culver's is the place for us. Hi, what can I make fresh for you today? It's nice being greeted by people who are glad to see you. And I appreciate that they use real ingredients like fresh beef and Wisconsin cheese. The frozen custard is so fresh and creamy, it tastes like it was made just for us. It's our pleasure. Just spending time with family, that's what mealtime at Culver's is all about.
From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious!
Hey, check your tickets. A winning Powerball ticket was sold at a Wisconsin grocery store.
The Wisconsin Lottery says a $50,000 winning ticket was sold at the Mauston Festival Foods for the Wednesday night drawing. The ticket matched 4 out of 5 numbers and the Powerball. Wednesday's winning numbers were 1, 20, 36, 38, 43, and a Powerball of 24.
Players have 180 days from the draw date to claim those winnings. This is the 4th $50,000 Powerball winner in Wisconsin in just the last 3 weeks.
Wisconsin on a winning streak.
I guess so.
Did any of those numbers stand out to you? Do you pick any of them?
Not normally. No.
Do you have a set number that you always stick to?
A couple of numbers that are important to me. Yeah. How about yourself?
Yeah, I usually pick my birthday, but it's never a winning number. Never, ever, ever. So
someday.
One day. All right, Greg has one final look at your forecast after the break.
It's the January clearance event at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. Big savings on some of the best brands in furniture. We're clearing our showrooms to make way for fresh new introductions with hundreds of items reduced to their lowest prices ever. Dining rooms and bedrooms from Daniel's Amish and Canal Dover. Sofas and sectionals from Flex Steel and Smith Brothers. And dining by Canadel. Plus the area's best selection of top grain leather from Stressless, Palliser, and Lazy Boy. It's happening now during the January clearance event at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
I didn't know it, but my back pain was coming from my feet. My personalized arch support system from the Good Feet store got me back in the picture.
Clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Book your free fitting at goodfeet.com.
Culligan helps you take control of your home's water with the world's most efficient softeners and drinking water systems. Culligan also gives you more control of your wallet with a variety of payment options. For better water and finances that fit, contact your local water expert today.
Jason's been with us long enough now to see changes in Michael's abilities. He can analyze them and tailor his recommendations because he has almost as much knowledge of Michael's health as Michael's doctors do. I think that's huge. That is the single biggest factor for me. And that kind of client relationship is invaluable, especially when you're facing the challenges that we are.
Hi, I'm Jason with Access Elevators. Stop in and see us today.
It's that time of year. The chill is in the air. Are your floors freezing? Warm up your home with carpet from Sealands Carpetland in Coon Valley. We've got the coziest, most durable carpet for your home. Come in and check out our color options, styles, and patterns. We're happy to help you find just what you need to make your home warm and cozy. Sealands Carperland in Coon Valley. Our #1 priority is you. Stop in today.
T-Mobile is very reliable.
It's always nice to know that T-Mobile has us covered.
I love the fact that my family and I, we can stay connected just about anywhere we want to go.
My network is my lifeline.
T-Mobile keeps you connected on America's largest and fastest 5G network. Right now, switch and keep your phone. We'll pay it off up to $800. See how you can save on every plan versus Verizon and AT&T at T-Mobile.com/keep-and-switch.
All right, might have a few slick spots for the morning commute, but that's really not one issue. And then keep your eyes Saturday night and Sunday if you got travel plans. That's when we could see accumulating snow, potentially 1 to 3 inches, and then cold for the start of next week.
I like it.
Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you tomorrow.